In this episode, we'll explore Olympic National Park. We start by driving the 185 miles from Silverton, Oregon to Potlatch, Washington. We planned one night at an RV park called the Waterfront at Potlatch. It's a nice little RV park, and the staff there was very friendly. It's located along the Hood Canal, which empties into Puget Sound. There she is. She keeps waving for some reason. Look at this.
Well, my drink.
You know what I hate? I really wish somehow everywhere we go, we attempt to film. We're not professional photographers or videographers, just a couple of teachers. But we can't capture what we're experiencing. But it's beautiful, just calm and peaceful. We're on, what is it called? Hood Inlet or Hood
Canal.
Hood Canal. Here's our fire to keep the bugs at bay. There's Gina, relaxing. This is our view. Yeah, we're gonna go to Olympic National Park, and we'll be staying up in Gina says it's called Sequim. Look at Gina, there's a bald eagle. Sure as heck not going to come out on this video. Actually, 2 bald eagles landed in a tree near us.
Oh my gosh, that's a beautiful image. How big is that zoom? I am shocked.
Like we found on much of our trip, we did not stay long enough. One night didn't do it. But we were excited to get to our next destination at Sequim, Washington. We stayed at the John Wayne's Waterfront Resort, named after the actor himself. There's our campsite. This RV park is located right across the street from Sequim Bay and the John Wayne Marina. John Wayne frequented Sequim Bay waters aboard the family yacht, the Wild Goose, and envisioned a marina in the scenic bay prior to his death. The John Wayne Marina was constructed in 1985 on 22 acres of land donated by the John Wayne family. On our first full day, we wanted to go in and explore Olympic National Park. We drove west from our RV park to Port Angeles and then up the Hurricane Ridge Road. On the 20-mile drive, we climbed from sea level to over 5,200 feet. We've made our way to Olympic National Park. I'm going to turn around and look behind me. The gorgeous views of the snowy mountains. It's a nice breeze up here. It's in, what?
51, I believe.
51. Perfect t-shirt weather. I've got to go into the lodge here and see if I can buy a hoodie. We decide to hike the Hurricane Hill Trail, so we continue on Hurricane Ridge Road, which narrows until it comes to its end at the Hurricane Hill trailhead. The trail is paved to the top, and it gives you outstanding views of the Olympic Mountains, which are still covered in snow in late June. Along the trail, you will find an abundance of alpine wildflowers. My favorite include the lupine, the Indian paintbrush, and the red columbine. In many areas, partially shaded by trees, you could still see snow covering the trail. The Hurricane Hill Trail is 3.4 miles out and back and has an elevation gain of 826 feet. Most of this trail has a steady incline, but it does get a little steeper towards the top. From the parking lot, the trail follows the Hurricane Ridge. It stays mostly along the south side of the ridge. From the top, we have 360-degree views from the Olympic Mountains all the way to the Straits of Juan de Fuca.
We can see down to Port Angeles in the Juan de Fuca Straits.
That's cool.
If you look over here, across the water, you can see more land. That would be Vancouver Island.
From the top, it's interesting to see the North Slope covered in deep snowpack, while on the south side of the ridge, it is open grass.
This is not a rugged 14er like we've hiked, because they've got asphalt laid all the way to the top, and so you're not watching your footing, plus you're half the height. I don't even think we're at 6,000. I don't know, maybe probably 6,000 this year.
Might be about the height of where we normally live.
Yeah. Yeah, we're being height snobs. We're being altitude snobs.
Along the trail, mountain goats, eagles, black bears, snowshoe hare, Olympic marmots, and deer have been sighted. We saw plenty of deer on our hike. When you visit Olympic National Park, be sure to put Hurricane Ridge at the top of the list. Our next stop was 21 miles west of Port Angeles to Lake Crescent. Our first order of business was to hike the trail to Marymount Falls. Here you get to experience a temperate rainforest with moss-covered trees and mushrooms growing on the ground. This is an easy 1.7 mile out and back trail with an elevation gain of 298 feet. After our two previous stops on our summer trip, it was hard to be impressed with these waterfalls, but they were still pretty nonetheless. After our Marymount Falls hike, we went over to the Lake Crescent Lodge to check things out. The historic Lake Crescent Lodge was built in 1915. Unfortunately, due to COVID protocols, only guests were allowed inside, so we couldn't take a look at it and we can't share that with you either. The lodge is perched right next to Lake Crescent, so we wanted to go down and check that out. No way we were going to miss that. Lake Crescent, at an official maximum depth of 624 feet, is located entirely within Olympic National Park. The waters of the lake are crystal clear with a deep blue color. It gets its clarity from lack of nitrogen caused by cold temperatures. This reduces any algae blooms. Seeing this lake got us super excited to get our paddleboards on it as soon as possible. But unfortunately, we discovered some signs that gave us pause.
They got the, what do they call it? The
Swimmer's itch.
Swimmer's itch.
We had never heard of swimmer's itch, so upon further research, we discovered that many northern lakes contain a parasite that can cause a severe rash. It is a larval stage of a snail. While wet, the larvae don't bother you, but as the water evaporates, they tend to bore into your skin. Needless to say, we were quite concerned and were coming up with plans on how we could still paddleboard without actually getting in the water. I dove straight from the shore right onto my paddleboard and started paddling.
Gina's worried about getting the itchy Jimmy.
Knees gonna be itchy.
I know, you should just go ahead and let your ankles have it. Now you're gonna have it all over you before you're done. I can only go one way, I can't turn around. I'm too paranoid. You know I'm gonna eventually fall in, that's how I roll. Damn it. Well, now I'm really going to put it to the test. I just got contaminated. I'm trying to decide, should I go? Well, now I have nothing to fear.
Can you believe I fell in? I guess all my paranoia caused me to lose my concentration. Oh well, if I was going to get swimmer's itch, there's nothing I could do about it now, so I might as well enjoy paddling on the lake. The experience really was beautiful and tranquil. Even if I get the swimmer's itch, it was well worth it. I knew. Yeah, I'm filming. Yeah, I'm gonna film with you.
Comb my hair.
No, there she is. Too late. There she.
No.
Now. Oh Lord. Oh.
Very high eyebrows on it.
I'm looking at my SD card. I have 1 minute, so I gotta make it quick. We're in our last night in John Wayne's something or other.
John Wayne's Waterfront.
Basically in Sequim. I can't get myself to believe that's really the name of this place. Sequim, Washington. It's been awesome out here, and this is probably the best night. I would have to say the best night we've had on the whole trip. It's not too hot. It's getting kind of chilly, but not too cool. Not a breath of air. It's been windy. It's been hot. It's been cold. This has been the best. Anyhow, today I swam in the lake, and we were worried about getting the old itchy Jimmy, or they call it swimmer's itch, not itchy Jimmy. That's a personal joke. But anyhow, and I didn't get anything, so that's a bunch of BS. They kind of get you all paranoid about it.
We may have gotten lucky.
Anyhow, I got 15 seconds left. I need to make this a wrap. I'm not putting Gina in it because she threw a fit just a second ago. You saw all that.